Hey everyone, I hope you all survived all the rain we've had this past week okay. I wanted to show you a few things in the greenhouse. There's just a little bit more to pot up this tray of peppers. We'll just they can stay in here longer. You can see they're pretty small, but if there's a bad weather day, that's something we can work on inside. Otherwise, we'll just keep everything else watered. We might start putting some stuff outside to harden off. Over here, we can start pulling off some more of the sweet potato slips. And I can walk you through that, whoever's here that day working on that project. Outside, we have a good amount to harvest. I want to start harvesting this lettuce out of this bed. So I don't like sending up too much of this at once, so we'll probably spread this over maybe 3 days. So we'll harvest a third of it Monday, a third Tuesday, a third Wednesday. Other things that need to be harvested, I'll show you back here. We can harvest the bok choy. Oops, I actually need to pull off that flower. The bok choy is here. It has already started flowering, so we need to just pull them out, and we'll harvest just the whole heads. This is kale, so we could start harvesting some large pieces on this. And actually, I'm seeing caterpillar poop right there. So I'm gonna have to come search because there's a caterpillar somewhere over here. We can also harvest these greens here. We could just mix a bunch of greens together and just like do a mixed green. We'll want to check this bed, and there's bed number 3 out there that have seedlings in them. If we're not getting any rain, we'll just need to check and make sure those are watered. I harvested a bunch of peas yesterday, but there was still a lot more, so we need to be checking the peas probably every day. There are some big radishes that we can harvest in here. We can also harvest some of the green onions. You can see, like, when you see them popping up above the surface, you can kind of gauge how big they are, and we'll just harvest the biggest ones. We do need to water this bed every day and the 2 potato beds, because in the blank spots there are bush beans growing. This one is pole beans, so we just need to make sure to water that daily. I started harvesting the Claytonia last week, but we can just finish harvesting it, I think. And then I might just I don't know. We'll have to see what I can put in this bed. I'm not quite sure yet. I do have, before that, leeks we can start harvesting. Some of the bigger ones, like, that one's kind of getting there. Actually, maybe I don't see any that are really big and ready to harvest. So, never mind. We'll hold off on the leeks. A couple things we can transplant, though. This that's growing all down along here is holy basil. And I probably want to just have like a tray of solo cups of that in particular to give away. So we'll transplant 18 of those into solo cups, and then the rest we'll just pull out, because there's probably a million holy basil plants in there. There's also some in here growing. So if anybody wants holy basil to take home, if you're not familiar with it, look it up. It's a really great plant. I think a lot of people dry it and use it as tea. It's great for pollinators. It grew really well last year, and then I let it go to seed, and now it's everywhere. But let's see what else. Oh, one other area where we can start transplanting something. I have a bunch of husk cherries coming up. Like, that is one, that is one, that is one. So I might just let a few of these grow in here, and maybe the husk cherries can just be in this bed. But then I do want to transplant some out as well. I have a couple of empty containers that we could pop something in. like this one and this one. Maybe we could pick, there are some tomatoes, and I'll have to see where they are, but they were supposed to be good for containers, so I did want to try those out, and we'll maybe try one of the peppers, the container peppers here, and one of the container tomatoes there or something. But we have options of what to put in there. I'm looking at my list now. Oh, we have a lot of flowers to plant. Pincushion, alyssum, zinnias, and calendula. So I have to decide, though a lot of these might actually go on the outside of the fence in that garden. But we can figure that out next week. But yeah, just we need to get a lot of these flowers in the ground. I think that is about it. My next week, let's see, Friday we have a big group coming to put mulch down. Thursday I'm out of the office all day. I'm going to our agency conference. The rest of the week should be pretty normal. And thanks as always for any help you can provide. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.